The power of belief is certainly real. It's beyond our imagination what it can do. Like, I know y'all want to attribute everything to manifestation. Like, I be seeing all these 369 manifestation posts and all that. Like, bro, no matter how many times you auto suggest something to yourself, that ain't gonna make something happen. A lot of people suffer from paralysis of analysis, meaning like you learn information, but you don't never do nothing. Like, that's just what it was. You learned about something, you know what can happen from it, but you don't never put it into action. I see so many people doing the 369 method and all these other manifestation things, and it's nothing's ever happening because that's all they're doing. They're not actually working towards whatever goal they're trying to get. Just because you put in your mind like, I'm manifesting $10,000, and then you just go to work, come back home, play the PlayStation, and you read your little what your goal is 3, 6, 9 times a day. No, it's the power of belief, and belief is just faith and belief is an action word. Let's say your goal is I want $100,000. Okay, let's say you've been after it for about 2 months, right? And you've been really thinking it's gonna be like a manifestation, like something's gonna happen to where I can get $100,000, and then nothing ends up happening. You just been going to work, coming home, reading your goal 3 times, then 6 times, then 9 times, and then after those 2 3 months go by, you just got whatever you had. Let's say you saved 10% of all your checks or whatever. It ain't like what was your plan? Like what was your action course to get the 100,000? That's not how it works, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That's not manifestation. That's just making you believe some mystic magic jumbo bullshit. But when you got real faith and you believe something, like you have to provide service. Like that's the way you're gonna get money. Service and money is like hand in hand. That's the manifestation. And once you decide what service you want to provide, then you have to have an unshakable belief system that you can provide this service to the point to where you want that you can get whatever money goal you're trying to attain. Now, working a 9 to 5 is gonna be real hard to. Let's say you do want 100,000. Let's say you give yourself 6 months. Now you're not gonna get that working a job. Now, however, if you're providing service to the world or your community or something, then it's just based off of like how valuable your service was to the people, how high quality and valuable your service was, and how much service did you put out, like quantity, quality of your service, whatever it is you want to do. And once you decide what you want to do, you have to have an unshakable faith that you can do it. And that goes with persistence. Persistence will let you know that I believe in this, so I'm nothing that happens will stop me from doing it. But this manifestation stuff, it got people thinking like they can just pick anything and just do it. Like you gotta walk in alignment with which what you are and who the Most High created you to be, and then provide that service. Like for example, Michael Jordan, he was cut from his high school team, but he had the physical faculties to be able to like hone himself and to get better and become the greatest basketball player of all time. He was cut in high school when he was 14, 15 years old, right? He worked so hard to the point that he became the greatest we ever seen. And that was determination and belief and providing the most service he could for that sport. Now Danny Ainge, he probably maxed out his potential. He probably didn't have the capability or potential to be the greatest of all time, but he made it to the NBA and was, he's a pretty good legend. Now these two, very similar mindsets, similar build, similar play style, and a lot of people think that number 8, Kobe Bryant, is number 2 of all time behind this one, Michael Jordan. But they both were in line and aligned with something God had created them to be and something that their potential could lead them to. Not just some randoms, like whatever it is. Like, no, you can't just manifest anything. It has to be aligned with you. Like, this is Robert Greene. He probably couldn't just be like, you know what? I want to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Probably wasn't in his physical makeup, his capability, coordination, probably none of that. But he's one of the most respected and decorated authors of all time, writing books that really transform the way people think. Or let's say Danny DeVito. He couldn't have been no basketball player or football player or nothing. No matter how hard he would have tried to manifest that, it would have not have happened because that's not aligned with what he was able to do. But you know what he could do? He could act real good. And he aligned his purpose with that and had full belief that no matter what, no matter how I look, how short I am, I know I can act. So I'm going to try to do that. So I'm just saying, we got to just be in line with our purpose and don't have like no crazy belief system that like you can just do anything. You got to be aligned with your purpose and then look at all the resources you have around you of why you can do what you want to do and then go after it. But you can't just be like trying to just do anything and think because you believe and you manifesting it. Like, no, we got to be honest with ourselves and we got to have high quality service and something that God has aligned us to do. Something in our mental and physical makeup that you know, like God, he really made me this way. Accept that first. And then from there, figure out exactly what it is, what service you can provide on a high level. And then once you got that, you're unstoppable at that point. Nothing nobody can do can stop you because you got the potential and the God-given gifts to provide a service that you and only God knows that you can do. And then once you get that and you have unshakable faith that no matter what happens, I'm going to provide this service at the best level, you can make any goal you want to make and it'll probably happen.